What's good, people? Welcome back to another video on the Hotspur News channel. Today, we're going to review our 2-0 win against Nottingham Forest last weekend, or a few days ago. And we're also going to briefly preview the game tonight. Tonight, we take on West Ham at the London Stadium. Another massive game. It'll be two London derbies in a row because we got Fulham the game after as well. So, yeah, West Ham tonight. But first, we're going to preview that 2-0 win against Nottingham Forest. Well, it's clear to say I think it's pretty similar to the Wolves game because I feel like once again the opposition team dominated possession at times, but I feel like we had the better chances. Yes, Forest were good in the first half in particular, but I think we took the chances when they mattered. Came with both. And to be honest, and I've got to give credit to Dean Henderson for that penalty save. By the way, that was a very good save. Like, he did his homework. Clear to see there, but the main talking point after that game is Richarlison. I know you won't do it, but would you start him over Son tonight?
No, but I do think he will probably start in one of the September games. Because I think Conte stated before he's gonna play definitely, and he's also said Kane's gonna get rested at one point because he has no decision because he doesn't want him to get injured with obviously the fixed schedule. So yeah, I do think. I don't think he'll play against West Ham. He may come off the bench, but I reckon he'll start versus Fulham and Kane will get benched. That's my prediction.
Yeah, maybe, but Davinson Sanchez again, another clean sheet with him in the side. I think that's nearly 10 hours of football now without conceding a goal with Sanchez in the side. Do you think he's proven to be a good backup for you?
Yeah, and I said this before last season. I think the criticism was very unwanted in my view because I thought he was actually pretty good last season. I thought as a rotation player, I think he is good enough in that role. I think he is one of our better options at centre back, probably our only better squad option that we know of because obviously we haven't seen Lenglet yet. So yeah, I would say he's good enough. But I think the main issue, and I don't think we will sign one, but I think a centre-back is, I would say, my biggest priority going into the end of the window tomorrow. I don't think we can afford to because of Tanganga obviously won't be leaving now.
Well, it's deadline day tomorrow.
Yeah, deadline's tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't see us doing that. But speaking of players going out real quick, Winger's joined Sampdoria on a season-long loan in the Serie A. And Reguilon's gone to... Where's he gone? Atletico.
That's a good deal for him.
Yeah, that is, yeah. So, yeah, Reguilon's gone to Atletico on a season-long loan as well.
And I don't know if you've seen, but the Dan James stuff.
Oh, no. I've seen that, and I'm not happy.
You've not seen it. So, basically, apparently, Conte really wants Dan James, and we intentionally couldn't get him. So, we were looking at other options.
He's basically like Dan James for me. He's basically like Adama Traore minus the strength. Like, both players have got no end product at all.
He is true. Now, he's probably worse in my eyes because I think he's just good at pressing. And Adama Traore at least gives you a threat and versatility. Like if Conte likes Dan James as a squad option, I'm not entirely angry about it. But I wouldn't be happy if we signed him. But I wouldn't really care.
I don't think Dan James wants to sit on the bench either, to be honest.
Yeah, but he's going to be a backup option, so it's like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he wouldn't want to be though. Like, obviously, if he came to Spurs, he'll be a backup option, but I don't think he'd want to be on the bench.
I've heard reports, but Leeds are thinking about getting Hong Chan and Cody and Gakpo from Wolves and PSV respectively. So they might actually let him leave.
Yeah,
because obviously then his game time will be really limited because of their winging options. So,
yeah, I mean, we'll find
there was talk as well of Yannick Carrasco, but it seems that we didn't do the deal.
I would have loved Carrasco.
I would have liked him, but from what I've heard from Spanish fans,
I can't see it happening.
He's a bit. They see he's a bit going past his prime because but we were interested.
Still a
But
baller though.
we would have to pay the release clause, which is worth
Yeah.
60 million.
Yeah.
And
Well,
for a
how old is he?
30-year-old, I'm a bit,
Oh, he's
I
30.
wouldn't
Yeah,
really
he's
want
done that then. He's 30 years old and you're paying Casemiro prices. We're not even that 60 mil. Yeah, no, I'm good. But
But he's like, yeah, but he's nowhere near the level of Casemiro.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, same price range as Casemiro and same age as well. Like, I know it's two different players, but, they're two 30-year-olds and they're both 60 mil. Like, I just wouldn't do it. But anyways, back to the Forest game. Once again, Perisic impressed me again. I thought
I actually don't think he played that well though. I'm different
he was
with you.
better against Wolves. Okay, I'll give you that. Like, I think he was better against Wolves, but again today, I think he was not today. On Sunday, he was one of the better players.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'd say he was all right. To be honest, in that first half, I thought he was he was poor. He didn't really impact the game a lot when he got the ball. He did keep losing the ball. That was my main issue.
Yeah,
He did keep losing the ball, but
he
I
weren't
think
great first half.
I think that cross for the Kane, the thing that made the Kane penalty, was very impressive. And I
Oh yeah,
think
that was beautiful.
that's something we've been lacking a lot because that is like a pinpoint cross. But Steve Cook just decides to become Michael Jordan and try and
All we
slam
need.
ball.
Steve Cook. He loves a
We're
handball.
gonna talk about that later because I'm very thinking about that because something happened. I think as well. I think they've stopped doing the rule, but it's an
Steve
obvious
Cook
one.
loves a bit of volleyball, doesn't he?
It's
Like,
so stupid, but it's like it was
that
a
was
very good
crazy.
cross, and I think he's gonna give us a threat this year. And I've said this before, he's gonna have the best impact as a signing,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
could be bad or worse, to be honest. But I think you can just tell he's a class above players like Sessegnon
yeah.
and
And
Reguilon.
also, I think Perisic is one of the most physically fit 33-year-olds I've ever seen
Yeah,
on a
it's
football
true
pitch.
as well.
Like, he's still very not like that, but still physically fit at 33. It's very
Yeah,
impressive to be honest. And yeah, once
yeah, I
again on
agree with that
Sunday, he was
100%.
yeah, but I think I think only one worry, and this happened against Wolves as well. We got overrun in the midfield again.
Yeah, I do think though. I thought Højbjerg was pretty good, but Bentancur again in these type of high intensity games, flag to the sieve,
Yeah,
which is a bit of a worry because if we're gonna go away to teams like Man City, even Leeds, he'll struggle because he's technically a very good midfielder as we've seen,
yeah,
but he's very. I feel he doesn't think as quick as certain midfielders.
yeah,
So he's very much he takes 2 or 3 touches where when he doesn't have to in those type of games because he doesn't have the space that he's
yeah,
afforded. Which maybe I think obviously he's going to be an injury dart for West Ham after the concussion, so we will most likely see Basuma play, and then we'll see what he's about. I watched Basuma; he is a different midfielder, definitely to Bentancur, but he
mm,
does give us that option. I think it's similar to Bentancur. He progresses the ball, but it's different. Like he's a ball carrier. That's how he progresses the ball. So
yeah. He's a
he'll drive you up the pitch. So
box to
similar
box.
to like a Yaya Toure. He's a big ball carrier. He'll win the ball in high intensity spaces, ball carrier, which may suit games like Forest and Chelsea away, a lot better than
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I thought as well, I would like to just say, shout out to Højbjerg. I thought he
No,
was our
yeah,
best player against
he was very
Forest.
good.
He
Yeah,
was
very.
our, I think, huh?
Yeah, it's very good in my. Yeah,
I think he's. Do you know
I
what?
thought
You can watch any
defensively,
other match
defensively he
TV,
was superb.
the previews and reviews where I've literally said to Højbjerg, I don't want him at the club anymore or as a
Yeah, you
starter.
fucking idiot.
And he's made me eat my words because ever since we went on that run last season after March where we only lost 1 game, he's been magnificent, I think. And I think top 3, definitely one of our best players in that side.
Yeah, he's so important. Right? You got to have him in there, and you're like,
And I
it's
think to be fair, ever since he's been at Spurs, he has been one of our most important players. Like, if I'm not wrong, he's only missed 2 games, and one of them was because of COVID, and one because a midweek game we had to rest him.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much played every minute he's been available for Tottenham.
Well, he's rarely injured, isn't he? And the same thing happened at
Yeah,
Southampton as well. So
so he's very reliable, and I think he's become a very important player to us.
yeah,
And I mean, I know we have Skip as a backup, so I don't think necessarily if he got injured it would be a major problem compared to
no.
Son or Kane. But I think he's just become so integral. And you saw against Forest, he made up a lot of time for Bentancur's misplaced passes, his
Yeah.
losing the ball. He made up for it a lot, and he definitely stopped because Forest are very good down in the middle. They got Morgan Gibbs White, Ryan Yates who can score a goal
Oh yeah, they dominated us
and be a
midfield. They
threat.
were all over us.
They've got Morgan Gibbs White is you saw in that game he didn't play bad. He was a threat.
Yeah.
But I would like to say as well, Brennan Johnson, I thought
Yeah.
for Forest.
Hmm.
He was causing Sanchez and Dyer a lot of problems in that game.
And I thought was good as well. That Gibbs White, that the guy I paid 40 mil for, he was good
Yeah,
as well.
I thought it was good as well. I thought, the right wing back as well, Nico Williams.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah,
one that had the shot. I thought he was good. I thought he was definitely a creative spark for them. I thought he was decent at crossing.
yeah. I thought he was alright, but yeah, Jed
Mm.
Spencer's clear anyway, so it's cool.
And we'll talk about that as well. The way he ran up the pitch.
Yeah, but anyways, moving on from Forest to another big game tonight. West Ham away. Oh, I fucking hate these lot. I hate these lot so much.
You
But
know what it is? You know what it is? It's not like West Ham, the team, I don't mind because I like what they've done over the last few years, but their fans are just.
I hate them more than Arsenal. Yeah, that's how bad it
No,
is.
I don't agree with that. Arsenal fans piss me off to the point where I hate them and the club.
I hate Chelsea the most because Chelsea have knocked us out of cup finals. They beat us in a couple of finals.
Yeah, I do as well.
That's the reason I hate them. But
Chelsea Tottenham is probably the best derby as well.
oh yeah, 100%. But West Ham, their fans just piss me off. Like we are
I know,
massive.
we're massive.
We are
4
massive.
major trophies.
4 major trophies, my sweaty arsehole. But
There
yeah,
was
no,
I think
anyway.
I saw a tweet where it's like this guy was like, "Oh, we're playing Spurs next. They've not lost an away game since March," and then he put under it, "So let's not talk about this. They're rubbish anyway." And then I was confused because haven't West Ham only scored 1 goal this season?
And it was deflected.
Yeah, it was a deflected goal that went under the keeper when he should
Against the
have saved
shit
it.
Aston Villa team as well.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we'll talk about that. West Ham
anyways,
obviously coming
West
into
Ham,
again.
we're 4 games in, right? West Ham, they sit they sit in 17th. With only 1 goal scored, and losing 2-0 to City. And then they lose to Forest as well. They lost to Brighton at home. But yeah, West Ham tonight. How do you think we're going to do?
I think it's always going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
I think we have a decent record at the London Stadium, but we do have our hiccups there. I don't think the last time we won was Jose Mourinho's first game actually.
Yeah, we've lost our last 2 games.
Very long time ago. But it was actually only 3 games ago. I felt even last season, I think when we went there with Nuno, when we were absolutely shit, we still had chances.
Our record there is kind of weird because we've lost our last 2 games there, but then before that we won 4 games in a row there.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a weird record, but
it's like I think obviously before that we had and then the one before the one we just had, we should have got something. The one where we had like 14 shots and they only had 2, and then they won 2-1.
Yeah, the one when Bell came on and he smashed
that. We did the things on there as well, the fan cams, innit? And you had Flicks going absolutely mad.
Fucking Liam was like, "Oh, Sanchez, get out of my club, bro." He's fuming, but
yeah, that was like the first time we've done it, so this is quite a big game for the channel, I guess. But I think it's always going to be tough West Ham away, even if they haven't scored a goal at home and conceded 4 goals in the first 2 games. But I think obviously we're forcing to make changes because of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But I expect us to put a good display on. I think it would be quite a big statement if we could just finally see us play well in a game.
Yeah.
because we were good against Southampton, but we had our moments where we looked a bit shit,
Yeah.
especially in the first half. And then after that, we haven't necessarily played well. And I don't want us
Yeah.
to get into the habit where we keep playing bad but get
Yeah.
results, because that will one day. Because what will happen is that we're going to run, and then all of a sudden we'll lose one game and we'll lose confidence, and we can't play like that anymore.
I think that's a good sign of our mentality, though. Like even when we're playing poorly and we're still
I
getting
agree with
3
that,
points.
but we need to start, for one, being clinical. I
Yeah.
think certain players we're going to them need to pattern up because they are being very shit right now.
Yeah.
And I think we don't necessarily, we give chances away in games, even though we look solid at the back and we look to control games. We're still giving chances. Forest wasn't necessarily. Forest didn't really have a chance. They had more half chances, like one or two, which was a good defensive display.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's similar to the
But
Wolves game, that Forest game.
Wolves and Chelsea, Wolves especially, we gave away a lot of chances in that first half.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to get punished against better sides. Like West Ham, I know we've gone on about that bad start, but they were Europa League semi-finalists last season and were
In
seventh.
all 4 games this season so far, we've started on the back foot in all 4 games. So I'm just hoping that because obviously because obviously like West Ham, they're going to raise their game against us. It's obvious.
Yeah, definitely.
So we need to be up for it as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But as well, I want to go onto the Forest thing. I think the key player to look up for us would actually be Heung-min Son, I think, for me, or one of the key players, because I feel he has a decent record in this fixture. Not a great one, but he does seem to sometimes get a goal at West Ham. And I think this game is big for him because he hasn't started the season well at all. He's gone 4 games without a goal.
Yeah.
Every game, except I thought he was decent against Southampton. I don't think he was bad. He just didn't impact the game a lot. But I thought he was.
He was alright. He was alright, but I think his assist kind of sugarcoated his performance. He wasn't that good against Southampton
I agree with that a little bit. But I think as well, I thought Chelsea was bad. Wolves, I think he was a threat against Wolves. I don't think he was horrible. I had the same problem with Son last season where he like, I know he's changed his game to the point where he's very one-dimensional, where if he doesn't get a goal, it's always going to be a below par performance.
Yeah.
And I don't think for the team that will work, because I think now Conte wants to use Kane as the striker, not as the 10. So Kane will be in the box scoring goals.
Oh, yeah.
When you have Son as a winger who is the one running in behind, it confuses me, because you've got a player like Kulusevski, who, yes, is very good, but he's very limited in his creativity. Even though it's very good, he does have those like passes off and those moments where he gets a bit ahead of himself. But that's because he's young. He'll learn.
Yeah.
But I think Son, I just think if we played Son a little bit differently, where he was more encouraged to take on his man, because I've seen with Conte, he necessarily doesn't take on his man as much. And I think you see that when you go to the games. You've been to games as well. He doesn't necessarily like to take on his man as much as he used to with Poch and Jose. So I think I would personally, especially in this game, when you're coming up against, what's his name? I forgot his name. The one they signed from Chelsea.
For the right back.
No,
Emerson.
I think against him, he's gonna. I think Kulusevski won't be as free creatively, so he's gonna.
I'll be real.
I think struggle, but I won't be surprised if Son scores today.
I mean, he needs to step up because not only has he been poor in these first 4 games against Chelsea in particular. Against Chelsea in particular,
a weak link against Chelsea.
He looked disinterested. Against Wolves, he looked disinterested. Yesterday, he looked a little bit disinterested. Apart from the second half, second half he improved. I'll give him that. But
no, I don't agree that he looked disinterested. But
now Chelsea, if you watch that first half against Chelsea, how many times so you lost the ball.
I agree with the Chelsea one, but I think Forest and Wolves, I think he was trying his hardest. But he was panicking a little bit, especially against Wolves. Like, He doesn't have to take the shot
He
where he needs
shouldn't
to.
panic against Wolves though. He scored 23 goals last season. He shouldn't have to panic against fucking Wolves.
I feel like because he won that Golden Boot, it's actually hindered him in a way where he now is just
Yeah, I
so
agree with that.
confident to
Yeah,
shoot all the time, and I think maybe he needs to just humble a little bit and be like, I can sometimes pass the ball. Like I think he did that. I think he's starting to realize that because against Forest, he was. I think when he had that through
oh
ball,
mate,
and it was like he played it
Perisic.
across.
See
He
where
came.
Perisic was? He was
Yeah,
so wide open.
that's my issue. He plays it there and then he panics and is like, oh, I can shoot here instead of actually looking at his options.
Yeah,
But I thought it was a good save, but he'll get his opportunities in games. And I think
against Southampton as well. Right at the end of the first half, he blazed over from like 6 yards out, and Kane was literally right next to him. He should have laid it off, and
yeah,
Kane
it
was
was.
just stringed him. And
I think he'll get more goal involvements if he just humbles himself a little bit and doesn't
yeah,
take
just
big shots all the time. Because
yeah,
he wasn't getting into those positions a lot last season near the end. I think he was more running in behind and then
yeah,
creating play, and then he'll make space for himself to shoot. Where
yeah.
now he's getting more opportunities than he did, but he's not as clinical because I think he's rushing a little bit because he has that adrenaline boost from winning the Golden Boot. But yeah. As
Yeah.
well, I think another danger, a key player for us. I think Yus Bissouma. I think he could start this game with Bentancur's concussion injury. I said be his first start.
I've heard any about Bentancur's injury. I haven't heard any updates about that. To be honest, like I don't know if he's out.
But they reckon he won't be in time for this game, but he could be in time for Fulham. But
Okay, right.
I think obviously it's going to be a tough midfield test because West Ham do have obviously quality in the midfield. I don't know if he'll play, but they just signed I think a very good player in Lucas Paqueta.
Well,
From
Paqueta, yeah.
Lyon for
I
50
think
million.
I think West Ham are going to struggle though. Same as Wolves in front of goal. They've only scored one goal this season. That was deflected, and they've been very poor in front of goal. So I think that's especially when we've had 2 clean sheets in a row, we're going to want to keep that going as well. So yeah, that right. But so final score prediction for tonight.
I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say 2-0 to us.
Yeah, I was going to say 3-1. I think West Ham will get a goal late. Like I think we'll go 3-0 up, and then West Ham will get one in like the 85th or something. But I just can't see them troubling us that much compared because last season they looked a lot stronger.
They've got obviously. I don't know if they will play, but I know Maxwell Cornet obviously last year from Burnley. They've had a good window.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 like I saw. Like it's not the best in the Premier League, but it's one of the best. And I think they've obviously got Gianluca Scamacca, who plays for Italy, even though they're a bit shit.
Scamacca's a good player, you know.
Scamacca is a very good player who is physically dominant, and I think especially for this game, we're going to need someone like Romero, who can be physically imposing. I think he is available.
No, he is. Yeah, I think he is. Yeah.
I think he's available for this game, where he hasn't played against Wolves and Forest. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-0. I think Son will get his goal. Finally, and I think the second goal will be. I think it'll be Kane. I reckon.
I'm thinking of Kane Brace because Kane loves to go against West Ham. He loves it.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm thinking.
He's on fire right now. 4 goals. I know Harden's on 6, but that's going to be a good golden boot race this season. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. Anyways, so there's going to be a watch on tonight. Starting at what time's kickoff? I don't know what time.
The game's starting at 7:45.
Oh, okay, fine. So we'll probably start at like 7:30. Just
I'm not gonna. I'll see if I'm gonna be available, but I'm going somewhere to watch the game. So right. I don't. Okay. I'll try and see if I can do it. I highly doubt I will.
All right. Yeah, but there's gonna be a watch on tonight. First one in a long time, actually. But yeah, West Ham away. Hopefully we stay unbeaten and just shut these lot up. Please, I'd rather lose to Arsenal than these. Like, I can't. I hate them. But
I don't know how that means.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching this preview / review. And 10 points out of 12. We're currently third, aren't we? We're third place right now behind City and Arsenal. So yeah, And also, by the way, big up Fulham. They're in sixth right now, you know.
Yeah, they've had a good start to the season. I said that though. I think I said that. Obviously, if you want to do, I think tomorrow we can do our Prem predictions because I didn't necessarily want to do it before the season because I wanted to wait for the transfer window to end.
Well, I don't know, yeah, maybe, but yeah, but anyways, a couple hours. I'll see you guys for the watch long. So
Bye.
up the Spurs always, and we'll see you next time.